For you, the president.
That's Not Why You Called. Hosted by Lefty.
I deserve to be blown.
Dr. Chiz.
One more chance.
Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. It's That's Not Why You Called.
And here we go.
Welcome, That's Not Why You Called, episode 7. We are back after a brief hiatus. Very brief. We took a week off. I am your host, Lefty, welcoming everybody. I said That's Not Why You Called, didn't I? I said That's Not Why You Called, because I screwed up all the time because I'm an awful, awful host. Anyway, hashtag TNWYC, That's Not Why You Called, episode 7, locked in for you right here. As Chiz lights up a cigarette. We welcome all of you, and as always, we appreciate as we get started. If you like the stream, I do love seeing those rolls of like ratings coming on the Twitter. And of course, it also, if you want to help out the show and help us grow as a show, as a community, that's a great way to do it. So if you like something we say, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit that like button all the same, because screw it. Anyway, I'm your host, Lefty. You can follow me at Lefty643 on Twitter. Across the way there is my my cancerous co-host at Dr. Chiz. You can follow him on Twitter. His YouTube link is in the description, and I'm going to unmute you guys, so if you say something, you can actually be heard now. I'm out of practice.
Okay. That was nice. I was making, because you said I like some rolls, so I was like, you like some rolls?
Well, everybody got to see you do the
And I
pantomime.
repeated it twice, because I was
Everybody got to
"Jordan?"
see you do the pantomime, so it's not that big of a deal, is it?
But they don't know the reason.
And of course,
behind
Katie,
it. As
our
far as they
lovely-
know, I was just having a weird outrage and just scratching myself.
Well, that's... Why is that so far out of line with how you normally are on the show?
It's not. But
Just
they,
randomly touching yourself, just like, love it. Anyway, and our lovely producer, Katie. Everybody say hi to Katie. Hi, Katie.
Hi.
So, Katie, why did we... Chiz, you got new tech. New
I got new
microphone.
tech.
Yes.
Pretty. See?
Mm-hmm.
Looks
I feel
familiar.
out of the loop.
Does it? It looks familiar, doesn't it? I've seen that microphone somewhere else before.
I'll put my shirt up over this part of it, so it
I-
looks the same.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, this is an undersized one. This is supposed to be for a normal microphone. And as you can see, Chiz, the Rode Procaster is just a...
It's a big fucking black dick. It's a 2-pound mic. It's metal.
It is. It's a gigantic... It's bigger than the Electro Voice RE20, I think, which is what a lot of radio guys use. But no, this is a standard microphone. I don't know, whatever the standard size is for handheld microphones. And I got this windscreen at Radio Shack, and I was like, yeah, it'll fit. And no, it doesn't.
Barely the tip.
Barely. It's just the tip.
Oh, God.
Quite
The only part
literally.
that matters.
Quite literally, just the tip of the microphone. Anyway, if you want to get in touch with the show, if you want to reach us live directly, you can tweet us hashtag TNWYC on Twitter. Just add that to your tweet anywhere, and we will see a pound sign TNW pound time. It's also pound time for a week. Last week, pound time.
Oh, my God. Stop it.
I had to do it.
High
I did.
five.
Yep.
No.
Bones.
Stop.
Bones.
Bones.
I want to see everybody tweet me pictures of you bonesing your screen right now.
Come
to
on.
me. Yeah, bones. No, not that kind of boning your screen. No,
that was last week. All
Yes.
right, let's get it right, folks. So, segue, before you started talking about my new tech, you were gone last week.
we were gone last week. We took the week off on Thursday because Katie made a little trip.
I did. Big trip.
Oh, big trip.
Whoa, what are you insinuating?
Was that wait? Well, if it's a fat joke, it's bad. But if if she's talking about something else, it's good. It's good.
It's good.
No. Oh, my God.
Katie, I told you I'd find a way to work that.
understand.
Not even 10 minutes in.
I told you I would find a way to work that into the show. It's good.
I can't breathe. Oh, my God.
But anyway, yeah, Katie, I flew Katie out here, so we spent a week together. I'm sorry, you guys are very important to me. I'm seeing all the likes coming through on Twitter right now, and I appreciate every single one of them. I really do, and I thank all of you. See, there we go. At Music OG. Oh, there's Cody Burke on Twitter. Everybody hashtagging me the bones. Love it. Of course, hashtag TNWYC. No, I love you, all of you, and thank you all for everything. But Katie and I were spending some time together, and it was very special. And I just, it was the last night, wasn't it? Yeah. So we wanted to.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So what did we do? Oh yeah, we went and got drunk with my dad.
We did.
Right? We did, and we solved it.
Wait, you did.
Weird
I didn't.
three-way.
You didn't?
No.
Why not?
Wow.
Oh, never mind. That's right, you didn't. Goddamn right.
He was in Canada at the time. Lefty lives in Toronto.
I do. I am from Toronto
Run with it.
and Alberta at the same time. I am really Canadian.
Hey.
No, Katie didn't get drunk, but she was there and she helped solve all the world's issues, and so it was a fun time. She got the whole experience, as it were. And
Don't you mean you got the whole experience?
no, she got the whole experience. Many
You done yet?
times. What?
Stop it!
I was talking about recording videos. God, I was telling you.
talking
I was
about
showing
a
you.
whole without a W.
Oh, yeah. But no, we actually recorded some videos. I involved her in my process. Oh God.
Come on! Really?
That wasn't even intentional. That really wasn't. I swear to God, it wasn't. But
Man.
Wow.
so yeah, it was fun, and you know what? There could be some good things coming from that.
What?
Katie had a really nice time out here. Did you
I
not?
did. I
Okay.
did.
So everybody like and favorite, so that I can afford to fly Katie out here more often, perhaps on a permanent basis. Like and
You're
favorite.
gonna fly her on a permanent basis? Why not? That doesn't seem very.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep her going around the world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a G4 jet and just keep it.
You know what?
I'm gonna
Okay.
I don't like planes,
liaise.
but why not?
I'm gonna liaise with the Air Force so she can just have KC-135 tankers just all the way, just flying around the world.
This could work for you. She doesn't like planes. Put her in a situation where you're her hero, and you land the plane.
So I'm like that guy from Unbreakable. I'm Samuel L. Jackson from
Yes.
Unbreakable, where I'm just inciting huge disasters. Except I'm the one inciting it, but I'm the one trying to be the hero.
Exactly. This could
You know, I
work.
thought about that. I was like, what happens if I go to the airport to pick her up and there's like a shooting at the airport?
You thought of that?
Yeah. I was like,
Okay.
would I?
Would I run like a bitch, or would I?
No, I would protect Katie, and I was like, would I fight
Well, what if,
back
no,
to protect
What,
her?
Not if she had already landed. What if you were waiting? Like it's like, oh, she's got 15 minutes and she's gonna land, and then shit breaks loose and people.
Oh, I'm hiding in the toilet. I'm in the stall. Just like I'm sitting on the. I'm sitting. Well, you're not on the ground yet. Okay, once you hit the ground, I'm super fucking commando special ops shit. Okay, but until that point, I'm conserving my energy in the bathroom stall with my feet up. So if they do the look thing, if they like,
What if they kick the door open?
What? Oh, then I'm in the last one, and I jump out and break the door like Arnold Schwarzenegger in True Lies. It's basically going to be that scene. If terrorists try to take over the airport, it's that scene in True Lies with the terrorists in the bathroom in the mall. And then I'm going to get on a horse. I'm going to find a horse, get on it, ride it through the terminal, and pick Katie up.
You've seen that movie so many times.
It's such a great movie. It
I've
is-
seen it too many times. It's a good movie.
No, there's no such thing as too much True Lies.
There is.
No, there isn't. No such thing as too much True Lies, because that is one of the great Arnold Schwarzenegger roles, especially because what's his Tom Arnold is
Tom
perfect.
Arnold is good in it. Yeah.
Tom Arnold is
really
amazing
good.
in that role as just the degenerate, like, I've got like 5 different wives, and he's because that's him. That's his character.
Yeah, that's Tom Arnold.
And yeah, so True Lies. If you haven't seen it, please do. It's on UMC or not UMC, AMC
It's
all
on
the time.
AMC, yeah. AMC and TNT occasionally.
It's a good, directed by James Cameron for the longest time. I didn't know that until I watched Entourage, that James Cameron directed True Lies.
Oh,
Didn't know that.
The new today.
Yep, that's your news from the day. Anyway, that's our time, guys. We got to get out of here. That's the show. Just kidding.
Like a favorite.
Like and favorite. Anyway, hashtag TNWYC is when we when you want to get in touch with the show. So how you liking the new mic? Everybody let us know in the comments of the video how Chiz sounds, not those horse sounds that he's making.
I wasn't trying to make them, but now I want to make them.
I'm going to stay out of this one.
Gosh.
Come on, Katie, just do one.
No, I'm good.
Just do one.
I'm fine.
The viewers want it.
Really?
You have that red mane, though.
I want it.
Yeah, that is... No.
I want to see it done.
No. Maybe later, not now.
All right. Wow.
Wait. Okay.
Now I'm scared.
Yeah.
Because if it can't be done in a public setting,
Yeah, I don't.
know what this
No,
horse
no.
noise involves.
Are you gonna start stamping your foot? Should I get some sugar cubes? Do I get some sugar cubes and a carrot maybe or something?
Sounds good. Yep.
This is the best segment ever of this show. Probably ever.
You had a week to play horse. All right, let's calm it down a bit.
And whores. We played horse and
Oh,
horse.
Would you stop?
I don't even know what that has to do with anything, but it makes you uncomfortable, so I'm gonna giggle like an idiot.
Yeah, why would you get offended by that unless you are a whore and nobody knows? There's no reason to get offended, and you're not a horse. So
You are not a horse.
those things should just
I don't think.
You don't
should
think?
go over it.
Really?
you don't think.
Anyway, so in
breaker.
our stead last week, what's
Steed.
been going on? Steed, again, back to the horses. So, Chiz, what have you been doing on your YouTube channel? If you want to check them out, youtube.com/drcoffeemd in the description. You've been uploading. What's that zombie? The moon zombie? Is that a
did.
mod?
Yeah, it's a
or-
mod.
Okay, please explain.
We played Higher, which this particular map designer revolves everything around 420, and he makes good maps. And then now that's being uploaded is Moon, and it's really interesting. I've never played one like that because it's not usually there's like a Bible ending that'll you win or you just try to last forever. This one, it's whoever ends up with the highest score, and you just keep going forever. And you're
Okay.
just killing zombies. They drop guns, COD 4 guns. You pick them up and shoot them, and I might run around with M40 going.
So this is a mod for what game?
Call of Duty World at War for Steam. You can go ahead and get it for $19.99 right now. Lefty currently has it. Maybe he'll play some custom zombies with me one day if he's not busy jerking off to little Nene over there.
God, I love me some horse porn.
Oh my god!
Good stuff. Equestrian. When that shit comes on in the fucking on like NBC
You gotta
or
get like
something.
the two-tone ponies. The two-tone, not all black. You know, like some red and some white in there. You know,
Mhm, yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
all the
When they neigh, it's just oh god, just it chills down your spine.
Mhm. Bareback too, no saddle.
Oh no, you gotta break them real good.
I ride them hard and long until
Take them
they're
around the
broken.
corral. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're gonna jump over some damn hurdles. We're gonna do
Billy
that
the
little
Kid over
prancy
here.
thing through the like
You're just gonna raise
3
up
inches
the
of
one
water.
leg.
Yeah.
Raise up the one leg.
Mm-hmm. Go around the barrels. Just go around the barrels and stuff.
Water polo.
That's not good for the horse.
No, it's mean.
It's not good for the whores too. The whores
No.
don't like being in the water either.
I'm sure you could pay a whore enough to get her in the water.
Probably. I don't have that kind of money.
I'm sure it wouldn't take much, honestly.
You don't think so? You don't think it would take a lot of money to get a whore in the?
I think if you threw in a Snickers, it would like sweeten the deal enough to get her in the water.
But what are they doing in the water? Are they just in the water?
That's up to you. Whores are
Like, what's the base cost
Dispensable.
to get to if I went up to a whore somewhere? What's the base cost to get that into the pool? Just in the pool. I don't want to have sex with you.
I would tack
don't want
on
any of that.
$20 to whatever they charge for their normal hourly rate.
All right.
$20.
So just like I want 30 minutes of you in the pool. So whatever your hourly rate is, half of that plus $20, get in the pool.
Yeah. And you tell them to do what they want. I mean, you
What
can
if I
make
just
them
want
do
to swim?
anything.
What if it's just a pool party? Like,
You
just
need
come on over and
company?
hang out for the pool party. You don't have to have sex with anybody. You don't have to dress promiscuously. If you want one-piece bathing suits, that's fine. You have to provide them, of course.
This sounds like a horrible fucking pool party.
This is the best pool party ever.
I have to pay people to come. No one's getting fucked. You can wear a one piece.
What's wrong with one pieces?
One pieces suck.
One pieces aren't bad.
Especially if I'm paying for a whore. You're lucky if I give you a rubber ducky, all right?
Uh-huh.
You better know how to swim or you're just going to drown for 20 minutes.
Human beings
I don't
float
think
generally.
boars know how to swim.
They don't have to know how to swim. They're naturally buoyant.
But that's the thing. People are naturally buoyant. But people that even can't swim, the reason they fucking drown is because they freak the fuck out and start throwing their arms up in the air and shit and freaking out, and then they go under. And then they swallow water.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't want to drown, or
lay
if
on
you
your
don't
back.
want to get shot in Chicago
Horse should be
O'Hare
good at that.
Airport,
Horse
just
should
calm
be
down.
perfect because all you have to do is just lay on your back. You're
Just
like,
lay down. Lay down and take it.
Just lay
you
down
gotta
and just lay down and take the buoyancy. That's all
Exactly.
you gotta.
Just
Take the
lay down
buoyancy.
and take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just lay down and take it, like a dead fish. That's all you got to do. So
That's just rude.
whores would be perfect at a pool party where they're drowning.
So
Just lay on their back.
disrespectful to dead fish.
Oh. Yeah, those poor dead fish. Anyway,
That horse cunt probably smells like a dead fish.
all right, then we've officially
Yeah.
taken it too far. Okay, so
Gotta find a way to segue somehow.
segue to what?
I don't know, whatever the next tangent is on the docket.
But then it wouldn't be a tangent. It would be a topic. If we had a list of tangents, there would no longer be tangents.
You do.
I don't have anything written down.
I don't either.
I do.
Katie does.
I always do.
Katie, what
I
do you have
know.
written down? What are we supposed to do? All right, here's where we're going to start a new damn segment. Sometime before we get into the meat and potatoes of the show, Katie is going to tell us what we're supposed to do. Talking about.
Can we get it off the horse stuff? Like,
Oh,
'cause
you
that's
can
just-
certainly get the horse
No,
off.
no, no,
You
no,
can get a
no,
horse
no,
off.
no, stop. No.
Maybe
Stop
I got the horse
doing
off.
the weird
know.
horse noises.
Anyway, Katie is going to tell us what we're supposed to talk about. And then at
Go.
the end of the show, Katie is going to tell us what we actually did talk about. Just so we can recap how absolutely bad this show is. That's the new segment.
Was horsies on the list?
Horses, I don't think,
Horses
neither
are-
horses nor whores were on the list, nor
No.
pool parties.
Nope.
Okay, what's on the list, Katie? What were we supposed to talk about?
We have upcoming games that were announced at E3.
Okay.
We
Okay.
have the Sony and Microsoft taking shots at each other. EA and Ubisoft, Prism,
It's Ubisoft.
oh whatever.
It's Ubisoft. I don't care. It's like the guy that created the .gif format. That's like, it's pronounced GIF. Kiss my ass. It's GIF.
I'm going to agree with you on that one. I'm not going to agree with you on the Ubisoft one.
Oh, you just said it was Ubisoft. You just said Ubisoft.
I said it for you. I always say Ubisoft.
I say
I think it
Ubisoft.
sounds
I've always
better.
said Ubisoft.
No,
Oh.
Ubisoft sounds stupid. Ubisoft.
As opposed to Ubisoft. That sounds offensive.
Well, yeah, but-
Hey, Lefty, if she doesn't start neighing, Ubisoft.
Ah. Bad.
Back to horses.
Just bad comedy. No, I say Ubisoft. I think it's Ubisoft. Just it sounds weird to me.
It's French.
So
So that's why it sounds weird
we
to
take
you.
in bastardized French terms all the damn time. We do, but anyway, I pronounce
Rendezvous.
it. I pronounce it Ubisoft.
Do you say rendezvous?
No,
You say rendezvous.
I do say rendezvous.
I have a rendezvous with death.
I have a rendezvous with a horse and Ubisoft.
I have a rendezvous with death.
Okay. Okay, so on the docket, E3 games, E3 in general, Microsoft versus Sony, and anything else?
Prism.
Prism.
As opposed to Prisma colored pencils, great for your art and illustrating skills.
Are those the really expensive?
But yeah, those are the really
Yeah.
freaking expensive ones.
Why are they so
Sad.
expensive?
It's really nice.
Yeah, I've used them before, opposed to just like normal
Crayola.
colored pencils, like Crayola, Rose Art or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and it's a lot different. Like
Oh.
they're smooth to use.
Yeah, like
a
you
lot
can
of-
get like one colored pencil, but have it different, like hardness. Like they go on a scale of H's and B's. There's all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we
They're
could.
fun
So we
colors.
could. Can we get a sponsorship? Like, if you
I don't
want.
know if I'd want that. I would just get charcoal and just like draw all the time. Charcoal's fun to play with, draw with,
Really
shade
messy.
with. It's messy, yeah.
But-
But if they sponsored us, I'd have a billion of those awesome white erasers.
Yeah.
What?
Shut up. Okay.
Okay.
Let's not go for let's not
Well,
go for
not-
an arts and crafts
art
supply
supplies.
thing.
You don't want an art supply sponsorship? What would be the problem?
Sponsored by Michaels. We're gonna start making baskets.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Baskets, we got models and shit, like toy models.
I'd get my ass on some
Make
models.
birdhouses.
That
No, not
sounded
those kinds of
inappropriate.
models, like like a 1948 Ford Coupe. Something.
Okay.
You just build it. You got those little paints, the little things of
That's
like
a weird year you gave out.
I don't know. If I chose any year, it would be bad.
Let me see.
Okay.
Well, who would
List.
build like a
Awesome
1993
fun.
Ford Focus model? Like, hey,
Yeah, you picked a weird year.
1942. You're still in the throes of World War II, so it was I don't know. I thought it was a good reference. Anyway,
There we go.
Michael's
30s
Arts and
are where
Crafts
it's at.
sponsor
Michael's Arts and Crafts.
and Hobby Lobby. First half of the show, Michael's.
Hobby Lobby,
Second
oh my
half,
God.
Hobby Lobby.
I've never been there.
I've never been, but I've heard so much good stuff about Hobby Lobby.
It's Michael's. It's Michael's called Hobby Lobby. That's all it is.
A million times.
Anyway,
That's all I used to do is make models.
I made models as well. Made an
I wanna
F-14
make a
Tomcat
fucking-
with my dad
I
once.
want to
It
make
was
a
cool.
battleship. I made the cars.
You made the battleship. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
My car would take on your battleship.
I have been uploading. Let's see. What
Oh
have I-
yeah.
I've had a lot of stuff playing Grand Theft Auto 4 with Burns because Chiz was MIA the day we played.
I don't want to hear it really.
Where were you?
I was sleeping.
I hit you up so many times. So many
was
times
asleep.
you yell at me like, dude, you gotta let me know when you guys play.
I don't want to hear it because we had this plan out before, and Burns was the one who's like, "Oh, if Lefty wakes up or whatever, we'll do it." I was up at 6 a.m. Pacific time. Then Lefty got up like 2 hours later, and he's like, "Let's go," and I'm like, "Yeah." And then Burns gets up like fucking 5 hours later. So when it came to tomorrow or the next day, I was like, he'll probably sleep in again. So then I slept in, and I missed it. I don't want to hear it. I missed one time.
Well, you guys left me in the
Why did
dust
we
when I
not
was
get
recording
back?
PKA.
How's that our fault? That's PKA.
No, but we were supposed to start later in the afternoon, and we started recording PKA at like 10 in the morning, and then all of a sudden I just see Burns, you guys start
Once
streaming.
again, this falls under Burns. He hit me up at like 10 in the morning and was like, "You want to play GTA 4?" I'm like, "What about Lefty? He's doing PKA." He's like, "Oh, he said he'll join us when he's done." And I'm like, "Maybe he must be done soon." And then like 5 hours later, you show up and you can't join
You guys are
some
dicks.
mods.
You guys are dicks. Yeah, I couldn't join because I have mods, but we got it all figured out. And playing some Grand Theft Auto, as well as maybe some Battlefield. Had some Battlefield 3 content. I am completely out of content again. I need to make more,
Yeah, I know.
except this show. The show is
Figure that
content
out.
for the day, but tomorrow I have none, so I need to get on that.
Yeah. Well, what else have you been uploading?
Grand Theft Auto 4. Oh, Surgeon Simulator. I'm copying the shit out of people. Ah!
I suggested the idea to Lefty. It wouldn't have worked with us for obvious reasons, but then he went ahead and did it with Kitty. And I commend you, good sir, because I think it was a brilliant idea, and they're some of my favorite videos to watch.
They're hilarious.
Not because
They
you
are.
are inebriated.
No, they are hilarious to watch. So check them out, Surgeon Simulator. Well, it wouldn't work with us because you can't play multiplayer. We'd have to be in the same room to play together.
I told you a way to do it, and you're like, that would be awful. I said, we'll play through TeamViewer.
What the hell is TeamViewer?
It's where one
Look at
person
my
controls
desktop.
the computer.
Yeah.
It's like,
Screw that. No, not happening.
yeah.
No. But anyway, so yeah, we've got Surgeon Simulator
By the way,
content.
that's the only reason he flew her out there, by the way, was to get
Yeah.
that video series done.
Well, and the
much,
horses.
yeah. What?
But yeah, so we did that. It was a lot of fun. So Surgeon Simulator 2013. We only recorded 2 videos. That was the shitty part.
That was it?
Yeah.
I wanted more.
I know. It was my
You
fault. It
didn't
was,
even get to the kidneys.
I know. It was totally my fault. We were lazy about, or I was lazy about it. But we recorded those 2 videos, and then just, with other things. I was like, let's just go do this. And it's like, okay. And then all of a sudden, the day's over.
Pretty much.
Okay, he's like, I have to go back to the barn. And I'm like, okay. So I just, I had to put the the bit. She had the bit.
Stop it! Ugh.
lead her around.
Just awkwardly stare at her until she freaks out.
But so yeah, we only had 2. But there's I don't know, people like content with Katie, so there's gonna be more eventually, some point, and then there's other stuff we can do, live recorded stuff. But Katie won't be actually playing. It'll just be her and I talking.
That actually made me sad.
Really, it was okay. The 2 videos were good. I know, thank you, and I'm proud of the 2 videos, but yeah, it's my fault. Damn it.
Didn't even get to the kidneys.
I give up. Well, we did the heart thing. I thought that was a logical closure point. The first one was 17 minutes of us trying to get this damn dude's heart out. And then the next one was 7 minutes, and we did it badly.
I've learned to use a hammer like you guys in real life. I take it and go like this and twist my
Just,
wrist on the backwards end too. With the claw.
That was all Katie. I was just the fingers.
That was all me.
I was all
Takes a
about
while
grabbing
to pry
stuff.
the nails out, but it gets the job done after about 35 minutes.
That's you just stabbing the patient.
Yeah, I like how
Missing
you started to
completely.
make his face fucking bleed.
That was a mutual decision.
Well, I didn't know what the purple stuff did.
It was
I
like
didn't
purple
know.
and blue.
Yeah, it was purple. Well, no, it was green and purple.
No, the blue one was like pinkish purple at the bottom.
Oh
and
yeah,
pinkish
yeah,
blue at
yeah,
the top.
yeah. So that apparently that makes him bleed. Who in the
because-
hell would ever want that?
Well, because if you stab yourself with the green one, you trip acid, and if you stab yourself with the blue one, it stops that.
Oh,
That's
it's
why it's there.
oh okay.
Yeah. Have fun trying to find that fucking thing when your entire screen is green and you're tripping balls. in tunnel vision.
Yeah. So we'll record some of that. Like and favorite all my videos. I can fly Katie out here again, and we can.
And be sure
then,
to share the podcast with a friend.
Yes, if you're friends with like Joe Rogan or like Justin Bieber or Amanda Bynes, fuck, get Amanda Bynes talking shit about this show. Who cares, right?
Please don't. Please,
What-
please
what-
don't.
Why? Why not?
She's crazy.
Are you really scared of Amanda Bynes?
No, I'm not scared of her. I'm scared of what she represents, which is full-blown psychotic, alcoholic, drug-abusing. Had her time in the sunlight when she was 13, and now she's gone batshit banana crazy. Lindsay Lohan couldn't hold a candle to her right now.
Yeah, at least Lindsay Lohan
This
has
is
like
her time to get back into being sober. Mean Girls 2. You know, This is her chance. Like, hey,
Well,
look,
Lindsay
crazy bitch
Lohan
over
has
there.
some kind of control. She just likes to party. She's not going on crazy Twitter rants claiming that she screwed Chris Brown or the most recent one. I think she claimed she screwed some rapper on the set of the Amanda Bynes show or something.
She was like 15 during that.
Or whatever
show.
it was, whatever show she had on. Chick is just crazy. But whatever, if you get friends with her, I don't know who else. Who else has got a lot of followers on Twitter? Penn Jillette,
And Gillette, Adam Carolla.
Adam Carolla. If you want to get them on this show or talk about it, hey, check out this show. You should totally do that.
Yeah.
Share it with all of your very, very famous friends.
He has a pirate ship. We have a dinghy.
Yeah. So share it with all your famous friends. Your less famous friends, sure. I mean, if you think they'd like a giggle and talk about horses and I don't know, whore pool parties,
Or pool parties.
maybe the show is
2014.
for them. Maybe the show. Hey, Chuck. You know, last week I heard you talking about what it would be like if you invited whores to a pool party. Well, have I got a podcast for you? Every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time or Central
This is
Daylight.
what you have to do. You have to run up and essentially rape someone's ears by throwing headphones on them, and then play a "That's Not Why You Called" in their ears, and then film yourself doing it like a punked episode, and then tweet it to us.
Yeah.
I
That
want
would
to
be
see
funny.
you rape people. It'll be our new marketing.
Like ear raping?
Yeah, you're raping.
Like our show is like the penis that is raping the ears of America.
Exactly. And
I
then
like
once
that.
they, you know,
I like that a
and it's
lot.
like a rape gone good, you know. You can't abort that, what you've just heard, you know. You're
Well,
stuck
yeah, you
with it.
can. Yeah, you can.
No, because they're going to go home and they're going to look it up.
Well,
and go,
you know, you can a 38 caliber Parabellum lead prescription from
No, no,
Dr.
this,
Gunn.
This person is going to be turned towards it, so they're like wearing short dresses
Rape
while
Gone
listening to
Good.
it. They're asking
Really?
for it at that
Damn it,
point.
I just realized this community, you just said that. The rape gone good.
What do you want? She was asking for it.
No.
She had on a tight bathrobe.
Oh, here
You
we go.
know how badly people are looking to get angry about things. Never mind that we were completely joking, and it was clear we were joking. People are just going to be like, nah, 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 you said rape, we're angry.
I'm a little upset that you didn't get my Carlin reference.
I wasn't even paying attention.
What do you want? She was asking for it. She had on a tight bathrobe. Cock teasers.
And they also made away
your lower
with...
third is supposed to be black.
Is it? Yeah, Katie, where are you? Fucking producer? What the hell?
Is it? I don't. Oh, whoops. My bad. I was
Came
busy
away with
listening
this
to you
with a
two.
very nice watch that you don't even use.
Are you kidding me?
That's why
What
I
are
gave
you
you the
talking
watch,
about?
because I wanted you to keep us on time on the damn show.
Oh,
No
is
more
that the point?
excuses.
It doesn't have numbers on it.
What? How did? It's top and bottom of the hour. If the line
Right,
is,
yeah, you don't need
if it-
numbers for
if it's
that.
perpendicular with the face of the watch, you know what time it is.
Katie.
It's not like,
What?
all right, cut us off at 37 minutes exact.
Yeah, well,
no, it's
well-
the thing is down.
Well, when 8:33 rolls around, we got to do that. We got to do that Michaels read. So be sure to keep us on time for
It
that.
doesn't have numbers on it.
You're
really
killing me.
doesn't.
I know it doesn't. I know because
This is our future. What happens when all of the digital watches are gone and we have to go back to analog? Humanity will fucking
Oh, I
act
can
like
use
that.
You just said you
You
can't.
just said you
No,
can't.
no.
You could not. All right.
No, I
Anyway,
can't.
on the other side of a break, we're going to talk about some real things. Maybe, maybe not. You're listening to That's Not Why You Called. We are the penis raping the ears of America. That is our new... We need to get in touch with the graphics guy. I want, like, in cursive on the bottom right-hand corner, the penis raping the ears of America. You've got That's Not Why You Called. We will be right back.
You were asking for it.
That's not why you called. Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. That's not why you called.
Welcome back. That's not why you called. We are going into the top of the hour. Are you going to stay with us, Chiz? Are you going to...
I thought I was in the right window and I hit F5. Well, because my comments aren't refreshing automatically for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Mine aren't either.
Yeah. I don't know
Oh, they're
what
not?
the deal is.
Maybe there's
No.
just nobody here talking about the show.
Well,
No,
they're,
yeah.
They refresh and then they're there.
Oh,
Like I was like, why are the likes so low? And then I refresh. I'm like, oh, they're not. It's not refreshing.
huh.
I don't
That's
know.
weird.
Yeah, I've been having to do it the whole time.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Even on just YouTube itself, the comments.
Because
don't
like
automatically-
literally 40 seconds before you came back from that break, Chiz just left.
Yeah,
No,
I was
it was-
like,
it
why
was
did my
20
screen not
seconds,
refresh?
actually.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
what happened? And then he came.
I was like, my
So-
screen didn't refresh. Then I looked in the corner of my eye and I'm like, oh, I hope I get back in time.
Gotta get back in time.
Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
Anyway, we thank everybody that likes the video. We appreciate it very much. Likes the stream or likes the video on demand, depending on when you were watching. But anyway, coming out of the last segment, got a lot to talk about this week. Traditionally, we don't want to be just a gaming podcast. We don't want to talk about only video game topics. But sometimes that does happen because...
Have you heard the first half hour of this show, Lefty? No video games. There was a lot of horses,
And pools, and pool parties.
bulls, and shooting at airports. Which, by the way, we just said a key word. We're going to be
We're
all
part
of
of
our
Prism.
back history.
We
is
are part of...
fucking-
Yeah. But it's okay. Because you get to tell Microsoft what information you want sent or not sent out about you. Because we all know
Surprised you said that with a
Microsoft
straight
isn't going to...
face.
Microsoft isn't going to give any of your data, unbeknownst to you, to any government agency, like the NSA or the CIA. I
gotta-
totally did it. Oh my god, it's so funny to hear those morons like, dude, Microsoft already said that you get to decide what information gets sent out about you.
I can't believe people actually believe that. Like just
well,
because somebody says something doesn't mean it means anything.
Exactly, but okay. Before this, I could understand. I could see. I don't agree with it, but I could see the argument of that's a little tinfoil hat-ish. Okay, I can see that. I mean, I still think that we should decide whether the information is recorded in the first place, and I think it's irresponsible for Microsoft to default to we're recording your information, and you just better hope that we don't send it out accidentally. But okay. But after Prism, after that, with that in the forefront of your mind, how can you honestly say, dude, Microsoft said they won't send out information about you if you don't want it sent out? Man, it's the future, man. Blow me.
We'll
Idiots.
just get to it. We'll get to right.
We'll get to-
We'll get to that.
We'll get to Prism.
I want to say
what we think
something
about
though.
this.
Since I don't know if that part got on the air, but YouTube is being really weird right now. So if you guys do want us to be interacting with you constantly, even though Katie is beating the shit out of her F5 right now,
Pretty much, yeah.
tweet us with #TNWYC because me and Lefty can see that in a very leisurely manner. We don't have to hit refresh every 2 seconds.
Why am I giggling so much?
I don't know.
Beating the shit out of her
She's
F5.
beating the shit out of her
You
F5.
motherfucking son of a...
I don't do it anymore. I tried to do it.
Yeah,
during
I
the
stopped.
break.
I stopped, dude, because that shit, they'll call the cops on you for that.
And only Savior Khan is already on it with the link dump. for
Is that
this
the
Yeah.
Reddit guy? We haven't mentioned the Reddit. You should...
subreddit? Go to the that's not what we call it subreddit, reddit.com/r/TNWYC. Go over there, talk, hit subscribe, do all that cool shit. And I have a thread on there to submit your favorites. And this is important, guys. Now I showed Lefty earlier today and Katie a minute ago a teaser for the reasoning why I need your favorite audio clips of previous shows. And I think the horse one may have to make it into that list.
No.
So please link your favorite episode in the timestamp in that subreddit post. All right, go there now.
We
Don't
could
do
also
now.
use it for sound clips. If Katie ever decides to actually start being a producer, we could actually use it for sound clips.
We have boards.
Yeah, we got... Chiz and I both have boards now. Katie, even though she's our producer, doesn't.
Want to know why?
Bad producer.
She's got an analog watch and doesn't know what time it is.
Yeah. Scoozy. What time is it? Scoozy.
Oh my god.
But
What is a Scoozy from again?
Scoozy, it's Italian for.
I know, but there's a movie where they say it a lot. I think it might be a Jim Carrey movie.
Oh, is it?
Could be totally wrong. Link Dump Fellow. Find the reference I'm thinking about. Just on that alone.
Yeah,
Go.
Link Dump guy, go do the
He's
Google.
pretty
He's like an
good.
intern.
Yeah.
No, the subreddit. Like I don't know how to Reddit. I don't know. Like I just go and look at cute pictures of puppies. I'm just like, oh. But so I don't know how to Reddit, but I visit the reddit.com/r/TNWYC. That's what it is. Reddit.com/r/TNWYC. I visit that subreddit, and after every show, if you're watching this, I am going to add it. I don't know if it is right now, but I am going to after this show. I'm going to add it to the metadata. What is it?
Somebody got it. It's from Eurotrip.
Oh, okay.
God, I've seen that movie like 5,000 times.
It's oh jeez, I'm going to add it to the metadata of the show so that every single week you can go to the TNWYC Reddit subreddit, and there's a link dump there for everything we talk about, and usually a breakdown of what we talk about. This guy's really good. He's on the ball. I don't know
I see him
why.
editing something right now. I'm
Is
pretty
he?
sure it was that.
Is he gonna like? Does he doesn't expect payment, does he? Because I have no money.
We'll give him hugs.
I'll give him like e-hugs. I'll give him
Come on.
e-bones. That's all you get, but
E-bones? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
just e-bones. What?
It just sounds weird. That's all.
Scoozy.
But no, and then also the sound clips we could use for boards, for our boards, and
That is the goal.
make the show funnier. And
Yeah.
Katie, how many times has said, "I'll work the boards, I'll play sound clips"?
I don't think I've ever said that.
Before every show, you add Hangout Toolbox, yet you never play a sound clip.
Nope. They're really lame sounds.
What are you talking
There were a
about?
couple good ones for rim shots in there.
Yes, and never mind.
Whoa.
Don't go there, please.
All right,
that
Katie,
just gonna
sound
be
clip of the day. Choose one, play it now. We're gonna wait. We're gonna put the show on hold.
No. No.
We're doing it. Pick a sound
Sound clip
clip
of
and
the
play
Pick a
it.
drop. Pick a drop.
Pick it.
Hmm.
Drop the bass.
I don't remember exactly which ones sound like what.
You got to pick one. It's on name only. Go, go, go.
No. Hold
You got to
on.
pick one. This is. Come on. You got to break the mold. Let's go.
I just clicked.
How ironic.
That's perfect.
Time.
That is very, very yes, perfect contextual work. See, Katie, that would be perfect. That's what a producer could do. We've talked about this while we were here. We talked about the producer speaking through sound clips, and that's kind of what, if you're timid about getting on the
You guys
mic.
talked?
Yeah, we talked about the show.
Believe it or not, yeah.
Yeah,
All right, then.
It's crazy, right?
he's cool. That's so funny when she freaks out about that. Anyway, E3 is this week. Anyway, no, that's not why you called. We try not to make this always a gaming show, but that is a lot of our
That was
fortes,
the goal.
if you will. That was the goal. But we just spent the first 45 damn minutes of the show talking about nothing scoozy related to gaming. But now we will. E3 is this week, and there's some good, some bad, some just kind of meh. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. Just how do you want to save the good stuff for the end? Because a lot of people talk about, focusing always negative. But I saw some really cool things at E3 that I want to talk about.
I don't think you did.
Oh, I
let's
did.
just go with the. All right,
Let's go with the bad first, and we'll save the good. It's going to be a tease. We call that
Really?
a tease in the biz.
All
yeah,
right, well,
because because people complain about hearing the negative all the time, they want to hear the good. So if I promise them positive sounding things later on in the show, they're going to listen for a longer period of time, allowing us to sell more ad space. Hey, Asus.
peanut butter nibblies.
Sup?
Euro
Michael's
Trip.
Hobby Lobby.
James Cameron.
Can please let us get sponsored by James Cameron.
Sean Connery.
We could do the show in 3D for some reason. I don't know
3D.
who wants to see my ass in 3D? Nobody, except Katie, maybe.
Probably, yeah.
But no, just you literally just want to see my ass. You don't want to see.
Yeah.
Like you want, like I want to see them buns.
I mean, if you're attached to it, I'll do. But I mean,
Yeah, but
prefer if it was separate.
so anyway, good stuff coming up later. But there E3
Wait.
was
Oh yeah, okay, that's how we're
yes,
doing it.
good stuff. Yeah,
Okay,
that's how
bad.
we're doing it. Yeah, the bad stuff.
I'm
All right.
taking the bad first, since you're going to go
Please.
on a tirade for
Please.
about 45 minutes here.
Okay, I will. Yes, you're probably right.
And
So please
let's
tell us.
hit all the conferences. You gotta hit them all.
You watched more of the conferences than I
I
did. Like
did.
I watched the big keynotes. I didn't watch the
Yeah.
the little conference. I was too busy doing
Well,
other things.
All right, so I'll get the
sites,
ones
you
people
know how
don't
it
care
is.
about out of the way that much. EA, I actually didn't watch Ubisoft. I watched EA, and it was okay. I mean,
Now you want to talk
it was-
about Battlefield 4, so this is a perfect time to
Yes,
do it.
that was showed. Battlefield 4, I'm probably getting flack for this. I don't really care. It looks so fun. I mean, people bitch about COD being the same thing every year, but they change up the scenery, the maps, the guns, the perk system, all that. They try. The Battlefield 4, it was putting me to sleep. It
Well-
was so boring. It looked the same. And they're like, it's in 60 FPS now. And it's like,
Well, that was to
I
sell
can get
console.
120 on PC.
Hold on. That was to sell console gamers.
yeah.
That was the design of it because
The thing is, you can't really fucking, in a presentation format like that, I can't tell if I'm looking at 30 or 60. It's how the game feels when you're playing it.
that's true.
And
That's
those
true.
also probably... And another thing, for the EA one, that's where they showed off their 64-man console-based multiplayer. Why did you... One, it was on PC.
Well, yeah,
so-
everything shown on PC is on,
I know,
or everything
but
at
that
E3
doesn't
is
show
on PC.
That doesn't really sell the 64-man multiplayer on console now if you're demonstrating it on a PC. You know what I mean? And then there were people... There are lines like, did you feel that rumble? Want to know why that guy said it? Because he's playing with a fucking controller. And the other people aren't.
Mhm.
It's just so bad. And then people were like, it's so innovative. I told you this earlier. It's so innovative. They made a skyscraper fall. And I'm like, yes, like in every other campaign or co-op thing in every other game, it was scripted.
Yeah, for those of you
They
that don't know,
jumped out.
in the multiplayer reveal, because that was the big thing out of EA's.
And they were showing off their new commander mode, which was another thing that utilized, I think it was Smart Glass.
Well, the commander mode was in Battlefield 2. In Battlefield 2 on 64-man plus servers, you had a commander that would control artillery, squads, and all that stuff. And that was done away with in Battlefield 3, and a lot of PC gamers were kind of upset about it. But now it's coming back in Battlefield 4. But for those that don't know, getting back to Chiz, your point, there was I thought it was cool. Like, I was interested. I'm not going to say what was innovative and what wasn't, but I was interested in the size of the maps, because when you play Battlefield maps, a lot of them are really large, like 10 times sometimes what you would see in a Call of Duty map. But they're really flat. They're just kind of plains like this. But this map that was shown off in the multiplayer reveal seemed very large, but also very vertical, because people were like fighting in a skyscraper, and then they jumped down from the skyscraper onto the streets and were shooting and stuff there, and there were tanks, and then the tank shot at a building, and the skyscraper fell. So we don't know if that was DICE trying to show off the Frostbite 3 engine's destructive capabilities, because for a while DICE's claim to fame with Battlefield was everything is destructible. But that has gone away. So we'll see. I don't know. I see. That's the question. That's the age-old question, though. At what point are you with a game or with any product really in a series? When should you or do you abandon what worked or what was well done? Like, what's that line in between keeping what worked and then just kind of just profiting off of old ideas that you haven't improved on? Because there's something to be said for taking what worked from a game in a series and bringing it along for the next series or the next title. That doesn't mean that you're not innovating, but it also doesn't mean that you're that you're rewriting the book on game design. So I think because I played Batman Arkham Asylum, and we'll get to that later when we talk about the good stuff, and I realized, because it had been a while, or I had never played Arkham Asylum before Arkham City, and I realized, I'm like, wow, Arkham City is so much like Arkham Asylum. But it was like Arkham Asylum in a good way, because the things that I liked about Arkham Asylum got carried over into Arkham City and then got added on to. Some of it worked, some of it was just kind of meh for me, but I liked, I think they struck a good balance. So I think the key is there's nothing wrong against strictly carrying things over that worked from a series, like carrying over the attachment system or the kind of attachments or whatever you think worked really well. Carrying that over isn't necessarily bad. It's when that's all you do, like some could argue for Call of Duty, that's all they do is they just kind of repackage the same things. So I think there's something like maybe it wasn't new enough for you, but
it didn't really grab me. Like, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. It just didn't. It was like, yeah, that's Battlefield. You know, I would have been more. I mean, we knew about Battlefield 4 coming for a while now. It's not like it was new, but I would have preferred to see Bad Company 3 over Battlefield 4. To be honest with
I
you.
know a lot of people would. A lot of people love Bad Company.
But so EA was that. They showed off something cool too, but that's for the good section. And you know, sports, typical new sports. They had fucking basketball players come on. I want to make an interesting point. I don't know if I said this. Oh, I was in Gom stream when I said it. They showed off their new UFC game, and Dana White was on stage with two fighters. I forget who, which is sad because they're pretty big. And Dana White was going batshit nuts, like, yeah. And when he's closing out, he's like, yeah, this game is amazing. Whether you dribble a ball, you throw it through a hoop, whatever. Everybody loves fighting or whatever. And then when he was leaving, he's like, nobody does it better than these guys here. And he's pointing at like the chairman of EA or whatever. And it's so funny because I'm sure not a lot of people know, but not too long ago, maybe 4 years ago, something like that, the UFC, I know it was UFC related, had their own game, and it was like UFC Disputed or something like that. And then EA came out with EA UFC or whatever. And Dana White had his. And he would actually not sign people to the UFC to fight if he found out they went and showed up in EA's version of a UFC game. And now we're down the road here. He's like, I've been so excited for this partnership. I'm waiting for it a long time. Nobody does it better than these guys here. And I'm like, you kind of fucked people in their careers because they.
Well, it's funny how
how
a big ass check in the bank can change a whole lot of things. Huh?
Yeah, no shit, right?
'Cause
And
when EA comes a calling,
they got the dough.
well, because think about Respawn Entertainment. We can talk this possibly
That's
about
for the good.
That could be for the good, but this is for the cynical bastard part. Talk about EA when those guys left Infinity Ward. I'm talking about what is now Respawn Entertainment, used to be part of Infinity Ward. When they left in the smoldering dust that was Modern Warfare 2, their whole thing was, we wanted to be artists. We had a vision for this game, and we wanted to do it, and blah 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 blah, and we wanted all this. And Activision wouldn't allow it. They forced us down this road. They forced deadlines upon us. All of a sudden, Activision, bad. But then they formed Respawn Entertainment, and Respawn Entertainment works with EA, which is pretty much Activision, but it's called EA. And it's just, we're artists. We're all about artistry, and we want to be artists about our game. Oh, EA, you got a huge fucking check? Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they're not going to put constraints on them, though. EA won't, because they're like, hey, these guys made the #1 entertainment franchise in the world. We're going to just listen to them. You can do what we want. We'll give you some money and whatnot, and you just sell big copies. And everybody's excited for your game, what you're making. So I think going into a partnership with EA, they knew, they held the cards in their hand here.
And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with making a lot of money at what you do. Nothing at all wrong with it. I mean, if you're really good at what you do and you sell your wares or your services to the highest bidder and you make a lot of money making video games, fine, good for you. But my problem comes from when you're trying to tell me, oh, I'm just an artist. I just want my vision for the game and blah blah blah. Bullshit. Don't just that's one thing I hate is just don't try to bullshit me. The money changed your mind. Don't try to tell me that your artistic vision aligned with this or this person. You got a big-ass check in the bank. You bought a brand-new car. You paid off your house. Your kids' college education funds are filled up. It was the money that did it. Don't try to tell me you're an artiste anymore. Kiss my ass. Cynical bastard. That's going to be my segment on the show.
Thank you, Lefty.
I'm just a cynical
So
bastard.
I didn't see the Ubisoft one, but I heard nothing but good, and then I went back to watching videos. Xbox bad.
Oh,
No,
that
I'm
was
gonna go PlayStation bad first because there's a lot to talk about on the Xbox one.
All right, there's a PlayStation bad. All right, enlighten
there?
us.
I'm trying to think.
Oh! I thought you were like, hold on a second. I got a list of shit
Well, I'm just
things
covering
that
all the
PlayStation did.
conferences.
Uh-huh.
All right, we'll save PlayStation later because I got to think of something. Nintendo. Did you catch anything from the Nintendo thing?
Wait, why were they at E3? They have a console out?
No, but I mean they showed up. They did,
Oh.
and they didn't. Usually they have a conference with them every year. They still have their conference, and it's a big thing. Shudu, whatever, I don't know his fucking name. The dude from head of Nintendo walks out. Usually they didn't do a conference this year. They did Nintendo Direct, and it was a stream, and it was like one long giant commercial because it was all pre-recorded. It wasn't like a conference.
really?
It was one dude the whole time. They didn't bring anyone else to talk about the games. This dude just stood there and went, "This is our game." And it was an Asian dude, so it was hard. Sorry if that sounds racist, but it's just what it is.
That's
And
a bad thing about Sony. We can talk about that. Katie's got
Yeah.
some input on that one.
They're horrible. And he'd come on and be like, "Here's our new game," and it's like, there's a new Zelda, there's a new this, there's
a new
that.
Zelda, there's a new
Then
Mario.
they showed a
there's-
new IP, which I've never seen before. It looked like shit, but it was a new IP, so I gave them props. And it was like, I think the whole entire thing lasted like 30 minutes. I was like, good on you for getting your shit out of the way real quick, not dragging it out for 90
Well,
minutes.
it's Nintendo. They're at the point. I think they're at the point where they're just like, yeah, we know nobody cares. We're okay.
Yeah,
Here's
and they
Zelda.
brought it out at the end to close it off with Super Smash Brothers, which apparently that entire 34 minutes didn't matter beforehand because Twitter lost its fucking
Oh yeah,
mind.
everybody goes crazy for Super Smash Brothers.
And I would too. And
Super Smash Brothers is fun.
here's the thing. I think I'm getting this right. Super Smash Brothers, they said was going to come out. Yeah, it was going to come out on the Wii U and on the Nintendo 3DS. And I was like, why would you do that? Because you're in a dying hardware market. Why would you not make it only for the Wii U? So you force that diehard fan base and even people that only like Super Smash Brothers to have to buy your Wii U and to get the game, as opposed to pretty much a good majority of people have a 3DS just lying around. They can go, oh, Super Smash Brothers, I'll pick it up. That just seems so.
Well, maybe they
stupid
don't
to
have
me.
enough. Maybe they don't have enough confidence in Super Smash Brothers to carry a.
Give it 3 years.
Hardware.
I'm calling it now. They will have gone away with Sega and will license all their games. 3 years.
Well, yeah, of course, but I mean, I just think from a business perspective now, they don't want.
But here's the thing now. I'm going to say the same thing for what Xbox did at the very beginning of their conference. They're like, we're supporting Xbox 360 still. It's going to be great. Check out the new slick Xbox 360. And it was like, you're trying to market and sell us right now a brand new console that we're going to find out later is at $500. And you're telling us, well, it's only 6 months away. You could spend $300 right now on a brand new 360, which will die in a year. Which you're going to need that 360 because according to the president of Microsoft, if you don't have an internet connection...
Yeah,
it's
Don
okay.
Matrick. Is that what, isn't it? Don Matrick? Yeah.
Yeah, Don Matrick or Don Matrick or whatever.
However you say
We
it.
got you covered. We have an offline console. It's called the 360. and
It's
you
called
can
the
get a new
fuck
one
you
now.
in the butt, consumer. Ha 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 ha. Get on the
you know what's
internet because we're
funny? Did you know
Microsoft.
that-
Kiss our
Did you
asses.
see that? Did you see that clip?
The interview, yeah.
Yeah, that was recorded even before Microsoft did their conference and before the Sony one. So that's his attitude before everything. You can imagine how he feels once Sony went, hey, none of this matters.
Exactly. That
He
was
shot himself in the foot.
That was great, and I think that'll give us a great point. We'll come back. We'll talk about the Microsoft E3 conference, break down the Xbox One, and then jump into some good things that we saw. Sony's just whipping out their wangs and just slapping old Bill Gates and his slapping them all in the face with their just gigantic junk concerning the PS4. But anyway, that's not why you called.
That's not why you called. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. That's not why you called.
Welcome back. That's not why you called. We are in the last half of the show. We are halfway through, and we are back. I am your host, Lefty. You can follow me on Twitter at Lefty643. My co-host over there at Dr. Chiz, and our lovely producer, Katie. We thank you all for sticking with us through the first hour of the show. Got still a lot to talk about. We left off here talking about the bad of E3. The good stuff is coming. We get to be positive and happy because they're not giant corporations trying to fuck you in the butt out of your money. Anyway, but they are. They totally are. They want all your money.
That was really scary, by the way.
What?
The laughing. It was a little...
Yeah.
Oh,
I
was it?
pictured you with like a Payday the Heist mask on when you were doing that. Really creepy.
It made my face hurt. Smiling sucks. I'd rather frown.
Takes
Anyway.
less muscles to smile than it does to frown.
Anyway, talking about some bad stuff. Now, we want to talk about Microsoft and the Microsoft E3 keynote presentation. A lot of you watched it. A lot of you were privy to my thoughts and the thoughts of Dr. Chiz on Twitter. What did you think of the Microsoft E3 keynote address? Because they said they were going to give you games, and they gave you games.
And they gave you games. And I thought, just looking at it objectively at that time, no other conference went on. I think the conference was fine, but they didn't touch on the DRM and the always online issue, which I thought they would have. There was so much talk about it, so much controversy. The only talk about it that there was that thing that you saw that happened before the conference, and that was kind of a douchey, rude remark.
Right.
A very small demographic of people even saw that. They didn't put it on their main stage, which everyone was watching at home on TV or on stream. So they left that out. They showed games, yes, and I thought the games were good, but when I looked at and when I figured out which ones were also on PC, the only exclusive there that I cared about was Dead Rising 3 and Halo 5, whatever the name of it is, Halo. Everything else is on PC or also on PlayStation 4. So they didn't really get me because I didn't think they showed a lot of exclusives that were just for the one. I thought it was fine. They started off with Metal Gear Solid 5, so I was happy. It was so cool, and it looked gorgeous, and I think that's all I've got to say.
Okay. But you see, because now I include their little press release because this is standard damage control. Microsoft realizes that they've got a problem. I think there might have been a lot of hubris involved with generating the system, the Xbox One in the first place, and the always-on DRM. And I'll get to always-on because I know somebody in the smartest in the comments, Lefty, it's only once every 24 hours. Do you get a 24-hour cycle off ever? No? Then it's always online. Doesn't matter that it's once every 24 hours. You do not get a 24-hour cycle off. You have to always be on. But anyway, what? You have a question?
No, I'm saying boom.
Oh.
Boom.
Goes
Continue.
Dynamite? What are you saying, human? Anyway, but anyway, this is PR. They realized there was probably an institutional synergism going on of, we're Microsoft. We've dominated the last generation of consoles. What we say in this business goes. That's it. That's probably what it was. And we're going to introduce this new tech, and we're going to win the living room, and what we say is going to go. We're going to have the ultimate gaming machine and the ultimate living room multimedia center, which is what they're trying to do. And that results in the DRM. That's the used game skullduggery. That's all this stuff. The Kinect mandatory thing. The default to the Kinect always listening. The default to the Kinect always recording, and you have to actively opt out of the Kinect recording your information. All that stuff. And then after the original conference, the Microsoft standalone keynote where they introduced, they were like, we got a problem. And so they realize what's going on. And so in the week leading up to E3, there was a press release. Xbox came out definitively about some of the things that a lot of people were harping them on about. The always online connection. You have to check in every 24 hours. That was confirmed. And the used game thing was kind of confirmed about licenses, and you get to trade it. And then you can buy used games, but they have to be through licensed dealers and or participating retailers, right? Which basically just means Microsoft came in and said, look, we're going to screw your business unless you give us a cut of your money. And so that was what they did. I include that in the E3 because they were trying to get that out of the way so they didn't have to answer any questions about it at E3. And I say, no, Microsoft. You're going to have to talk about that. So with those things included in their E3 keynote address, Microsoft, that was probably one of the worst showings that I've seen of E3 once you include the whole thing, just the DRM of it in and of itself, just the hubris needed to have that kind of arrogance. That was like everybody made fun of Sony in 2005 when whoever it was, I forget, said, well, if you can't afford the PS3, get a second job or something like that. Remember that? Everybody was like, oh, how could you say this is Microsoft's turn now? And it was absolutely awful. And I think they've been dunderheaded and heavy-handed about this whole thing and not even willing to admit, well, we may have erred. We'll look into it. Nothing's definite yet. This has been a screw you. And just to your point, you made a video about it. Like Don Matrick, I believe somebody corrected me on the pronunciation. It's not Matrick, it's Matrick. Don Matrick came out before the E3 keynote address on Microsoft and basically said, if you don't have an internet connection, fuck you.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, and he said it in such a douchey way, though, and that's why I forget the host of Game Trailers, but he was like Jeff Keighley or whatever.
Kegley?
Yeah.
Keighley?
He was just like, well, if you're worried about that or you don't have an internet connection, we've got a platform for offline, and that's Xbox 360. And he's like, so that's your answer, Xbox 360. So if you don't like it, go to Xbox 360. And then he started backpedaling, like, well, that is an offline device or whatever. It's like, really, that was so douchey.
Yep. And so this is, for me, that sealed it. I was, this made it a thing about principle because Microsoft showing throughout all this, I'm not, for the time being, unless those policies change, I'm not going to buy an Xbox One. Excuse me. I don't care who plays it. I don't care who of my friends have it. I don't care. I am not going to support that because here's the thing. I'm on Twitter a lot. You can follow me at Lefty643, and a lot of people get upset. Or a lot of people say, why are you talking about this? Just don't buy it. Here's the thing. This isn't just about checking in once in a while. This isn't just about Microsoft screwing people that don't have access to reliable broadband internet. Even though that's a thing, because despite what you have in wherever you live, you're probably a middle to upper middle class neighborhood or above that, despite what you have in terms of broadband internet, that's not the rest of the country, and that's certainly not the rest of the world.
Yeah, and here's an argument I see a lot in the comments and videos and mine and stuff like, well, if you can afford the $500 console, you can afford the internet, can you not? And it's like, it's not a price matter. It's that just some areas in the country can't just get internet. Like, and it's like, well, if you got the money, it's like, yeah, if I want to spend, like, let's take Wings, for example. If he wanted what you and I have, he'd have to pay like $2,000 for the infrastructure and then $500 a month. It's just not reasonable. And then people overseas in submarines over in Afghanistan, they just can't get the internet.
There's no such thing. I mean, and especially talking about service members, I don't like going down that road, the service members road, because it seems like I'm being a douche. Yeah. Like, what are you, against the troops? It's like, no. But that's a lot of troops have those things, and a lot of those troops use them as I had escapes.
A guy say, why are they? I had a guy in mind say it was either they shouldn't be playing Xbox or why do they need an Xbox or something like that. I'm like,
because there's people trying to shoot them in the head.
So that way they don't come home with PTSD and start shooting the shit out of people here. They need to calm down after an entire day of killing people.
Every day they walk outside, they might get shot or blown up. And they didn't choose to be there. They're the guys that get sent there. But, okay, you want to talk about corrupt this, corrupt that, whatever, fine. The corporal in the army doesn't get to choose. He goes, or he gets shot, or life imprisonment as a traitor. So he's got to go to a place where you can get shot or blown up every single day. And you know what? He wants to blow off a little steam, like Israeli female soldiers and their...
Hey, it's that or alcohol. What do you
Right.
want?
Katie, you saw the video. What are your thoughts on the Israeli female soldiers blowing off steam, dancing around in their undies, using a rifle as a stripper pole? By the way,
Good for them.
What are my thoughts?
yes.
That they're whores.
Wow.
I just wanted to get her to say that.
Wow.
So,
Can't all be horses.
but getting back on point, this isn't about, we talk about the DRM that is the once every 24-hour cycle check-in thing. Well, let's just talk about that just narrowly for a second. It's not just about the ease of connectivity. It's not just about that. It's about what you really own as a consumer when you buy it. It's about what you really get to honestly choose to do with a product after you pay for it. If I want to buy Call of Duty just to play the single-player campaign offline, I think I should be able to do that. And I don't think it's responsible of Microsoft, and I don't think it's responsible of people that will support Microsoft in this effort to blur that line in between what you really own and what you're just licensing. Because when I buy something on Steam, Steam is upfront about it. Steam says, look, you are just licensing this game. We can turn your shit off at will. And I've read through it. And I understand that. Okay, take my money. That's fine. I have had the chance to consider the terms of the deal, and I agree to them. When I go and buy an Xbox 360 title that's wrapped in that has the security borders on it, that's wrapped in the cellophane paper or the plastic, and it's in a glass case behind whatever in GameStop, how am I going to be able to consider the terms of this deal? Because they say it in the contracts. I think there's Batman Arkham City back there. But if you open up the manual, there is the licensing agreement. It says you are licensing this as a licensed piece of software, blah, 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 blah. I have no chance to consider that. None at all until after I buy it. That's a null and void contract. I cannot be held to that. Once I buy a closed disc box, that box and the disc and the zeros and ones contained on it are mine to do with whatever I please. And I think it's irresponsible of people to support that. What?
I think I look silly.
Great. I'm trying to make this grandiose statement, and here's Chiz making stupid faces.
It's like the mic is my nose.
Okay.
Well, I thought you had made your point, so I was segueing.
To
what? What does
To
that
what?
segue?
To Rudolph.
Rudolph the Black-Nosed Reindeer.
Wow. Racist.
Your microphone is black. Don't do that. So Microsoft to me is just, I think it's irresponsible. And the whole Kinect thing, because
Yeah, save that for later.
Save it
get
for
into
later
that.
for the
We'll get
Prism
into-
stuff?
Yeah, we'll get into
Okay.
Prism later.
we'll get into Prism later.
PlayStation 4, doing it good.
I
doing it
want
right.
to take personal credit for that. I take personal credit for Sony's press conference.
Dude.
Yeah. Because
were
I don't think
coming out
they did come out slow, but I think they were following me on Twitter, and then they unfollowed me so I wouldn't find out.
Oh, okay.
And I think they
Or
took
maybe
my
they blocked
words.
you.
Right, maybe they blocked
you.
me so I wouldn't see that they weren't following me. But I think they took my words about coming out completely against Microsoft and their draconian practices on DRM and stuff like that. And I think they did. I don't think they hired a professional.
No.
I don't think
That
they did
was-
anything.
that
I
was
think they
straight from
followed
you.
me.
That's all you.
And I'm the only one that was saying it that I saw. So in my universe, I'm the only
You're
one that
entitled
was
to
saying
it.
it.
You're
Yeah.
entitled to it.
So that was all me. That was all. Thank you.
Force.
You are welcome, video gaming world, for getting Sony to come out swinging at Microsoft.
I think it would have been more interesting, though, if they matched them on everything. Then what would people say and do?
What do you mean if they matched?
Like if they said price point is $500, we also have the DRM, and you always have to be online. I feel like that would have been more interesting because it's cut and dry if you have it how they have it now. It's like, well, fuck, of course I'm going to go with the $100 cheaper console that isn't constantly monitoring me, doesn't require me to be online, and I can trade my games and whatnot.
You see, they have been kind of shady. They did try to slip that whole you have to pay for PS Plus thing to play
slipped
multiplayer.
that one in.
They tried to
People
do
were
that,
like,
and so you're just a Sony fanboy. No, that wasn't cool of Sony either. Don't try to bullshit. A bullshitter, but in general, just say you've already won. At that point, when Sony tried to slip the you have to pay for PlayStation Plus to play multiplayer, when they were at that point in the speech, you had already won E3. You cannot lose it by saying, oh, but to subsidize this, you pay for PlayStation Plus to play multiplayer, but you get all this awesome stuff that we've already listed. So
and I think, what is it? If you get PlayStation Plus, you also get like Netflix streaming for free.
Dude, I don't
heard
know.
that from several sources.
Well,
And
then
also you
that
still
pays
get
for itself.
And you still get your free game a month, which Xbox started doing now with 2 games a month.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts 2. What's
It was
Fable
Assassin's
3?
No, that was, I don't know why that's there. That's just a glitch, I think. It's
Oh, okay.
Assassin's Creed 2 and Halo 3.
Oh, okay.
It starts July 1st. Which, hey, I was going to buy Halo 3 again, so now I don't have to. Now I don't feel like that automatic charge that goes to my account all the time every month is worth something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use that anymore. I would get a PlayStation Plus account.
Yeah,
The
and
games they give out are really good. Like they gave out Sleeping Dogs not that long ago.
Mhm.
They gave out Infamous 2 the other day.
I think they've been so there were some things at Sony. What else did the third party DRM thing? They were kind of hands off about. Well, Kotaku was trying to get Sony to say, are you going to disallow DRM of any kind, like EA's online pass system, which is just DRM and all that stuff? Are you going to disallow that? And Sony was trying to. What did you just?
It was a gnat.
Okay.
I thought he was just punching the air just cause.
Stupid air. Ugh. But they were kind of like aloof about that, and I think that was a little bit disingenuous because I thought, again, all I had to do was come out and say, look, we think the market is such that publishers will be universally chided for implementing online pass systems. So we're not going to overtly disallow them, but rather our DRM system is going to be exactly what it is now, and the third-party publishers can do what they want, but we are confident that they will be dissuaded from doing so. But they've tried to they've pussyfooted around that by saying, well, we aren't going to allow first-party publishers, and our third-party DRM practices are going to be the same. Just say, they can do whatever if they want to. We just don't think they will.
Right.
So there's bad to come with Sony. It's not all roses. I'm going to say Guns and Roses. I don't know why. It's all Guns and Roses.
City.
Mm-hmm. But
So do you think this is their generation?
For me, yes. For me, I'm buying Sony now. I'm back from PlayStation 2. I'm back, Sony. Haha, not that you give a shit because you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. But
I was never that big in a PS2 anyway.
PS2 was a shit, dude. That's
What?
it's at. SOCOM?
I just had a PC.
SOCOM 2? Oh, SOCOM 2 online was amazing.
I had a PC. Those older ones, the PS2 and Xbox One. Well, Xbox original.
Yeah,
I never.
get
I
it.
never. Yeah.
Just
I
say
never
Xbox
played
number
those.
one.
Numero uno one.
The
I never
original
played those
Xbox.
online because they were so annoying to set up. Like PS2, you had to do the account. You had to have the right piece of hardware,
Oh, yeah, you had to have the network adapter, etc.
and like things like the Metal Gear. Like Metal Gear had online too, and those sucks because you needed a Konami. I think you needed a you needed a PlayStation account and a Konami account. You had to log into both. And
Oh,
then
really?
Get to play. Yeah. So, and Xbox Live wasn't that great on the original Xbox.
No, it was rather clunky, as I recall.
Yeah,
But still.
they didn't have achievements, so I really didn't give a fuck. If you pre-order Xbox One, you do get a limited edition achievement, though.
Ooh.
Hey,
My gamer score that
where does
nobody
that
gives
go?
a fuck
Where
about.
does that go, by the way? It better be worth like 5,000 points. It not one of those Call of Duty World at War 10th Prestige ones where it's like, it's worth 0.
Here's 5 gamer points. Ah.
And where does that go? Is it just one game, 1 out of 1?
I don't know.
Xbox One?
You turn
1
it
out of
on,
1?
you get it. You turn it on. The
turn it
first
on?
time you check in, it's a big giant middle finger that you get to use as your
And
avatar.
how are they gonna know is it like the GameStop ones where it says it's a pre-order but it's really not? Everybody has it. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
the case. I'd be mad.
GameStop does
upset.
the same thing. Oh, you know what else I found out? Speaking about Microsoft and their DRM issues, there was a paste bin going around apparently from a Microsoft engineer. Apparently, this is unconfirmed. That talks about how DRM is needed so that
To drive the price down.
to drive the price down.
Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
But what I found was that on Xbox Live, Microsoft is charging a whole lot more for digital games than GameStop is charging for physical copies, brand new, unopened, not used, of the same games.
Yep.
So that whole idea, if you ever get somebody trying to say, well, DRM, and I saw somebody ask, DRM is digital rights management. It's basically the publisher or creator of something saying, yes, even though you bought this with software, I still, as the publisher, get to dictate when, where, and how you interact with that software, how you use it, when you use it, where you use it. And I can revoke those rights at any time. That's essentially DRM. And so Microsoft, in completely digital media, despite having the DRM that would save them, is charging more for the same games than GameStop is brand new.
Yeah.
So that whole thing of DRM drives prices down because we can bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. Microsoft's just a bunch of greedy bastards, which is fine. You can be a greedy bastard. But don't try to tell me you're not being a greedy bastard, because you are. Microsoft.
Yeah. You douche.
Yay, yay.
Oh.
Pow! Yes, that was his. What is that from? Step Brothers? Or what's that one? I think it's Step Brothers. Where the guy from the Daily Show. All right,
You know
good
what
things.
those-
Good things. Let's focus on the good. Chiz, what did you really enjoy seeing from E3 besides your big black cock nose?
Where's my list at? Oh, okay. So games, I love Titanfall, and this is a funny thing. Everybody's like, man, Call of Duty. Thunder actually said this. Call of Duty Ghost. I don't care that I said his name. It's not drama. It was Call of Duty Ghost. Comes out 6 months before Titanfall, and Titanfall is already showing multiplayer. Several people have said this, and I'm like, because Titanfall is a multiplayer only game.
Oh,
It's got
really?
single player elements in it. Like if you saw the trailers and stuff, they had the cameras HUD and they were talking to them in a certain way, like it was a story kind of thing.
Mhm.
But it's a multiplayer only game, so of course they're gonna show multiplayer.
So what is
That's all it
Titanfall
is.
exactly? What kind of game? What am I looking at here?
It is an FPS mech game.
Is that on PC?
It is on PC, Xbox 360, and Xbox One.
It's going to be on
And
Xbox
it's a-
360 too?
Yeah, and it's a Source engine based game.
That was the
And-
Source engine?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, get it on PC. I'm already making my own esports team. That's
Well,
gonna-
I'm you know what? Look.
I'm a
E3
cynical fuck.
E3 has also reminded me that I'm a broke-ass bastard. There's a lot of games coming out that I want to buy that I'm going to need to be able to pay for, especially if Katie's going to be like, can you buy me this game too?
No.
No.
watch with numbers on it?
Yeah, that's what she gets next year. I get her the numbers for the watch. Oh, by the way, here you go. Happy motherfucking birthday. Here are the numbers
It's like
for
a
the
project.
damn
You have
watch.
to assemble it yourself.
Yes, that's what it is. It's like it's something you can get at Michael's. It's like a little.
I'm
Hobby
a
Lobby thing.
cynical fuck. I said I'm starting my own esports for Titanfall because a part of me really would love Titanfall. It's not going to because it's not cross-platform. Or multi-platform, not cross-platform. Would want that to be the new FPS everyone loves, and it actually does develop an esports. So all of the Call of Duty esports people are just mad and fucked, and they have to move to a new game. Very cynical like that.
Okay,
I don't
so you're just a
care.
bastard. Should we dispense with the
fun.
final breaks? Just blow right on through it. Talk about good things and
Fuck it.
all the things that we enjoy. Prism. We got to get to Prism because that ties in. That makes the Microsoft thing even worse. Trust me. So, Katie, you don't have to worry about sending us to break. Thank you, though.
Even though your color's wrong.
Heart.
What?
You're on gold.
Yeah. Okay.
It's supposed to be red.
No.
It's supposed to be black
It
now,
just
actually.
turned.
Blah, 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 blah.
Is the
Don't
hand
even.
down? Is the hand down?
Oh my goodness.
right.
Perpendicular?
Okay, I want to talk about what I found really interesting coming out of E3.
Go on.
Batman Arkham Origins.
I didn't see any of it.
I watched the trailer, and this gets to the point that we were talking about earlier when we were talking about what is the difference between innovation and stagnation and taking what was good from a previous title and expanding on it. Where's that fuzzy line? It will look acceptable, unacceptable. Watching what I saw, live gameplay of Batman Arkham Origins is awesome. They have the world is a lot more vertical now. It's a lot more wide open, as is the story. The ability to flow in between quests as a younger Batman exploring Gotham City. Katie and I, we talked about, what was that, the dynamic crimes or dynamic street crimes?
Yeah, like you run into mobs that are more difficult than others. And if you decide that you don't want to fight them, you don't have to. And you can go between them and choose which ones you want to fight. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, so they're like the dynamic street crimes. I'm assuming they're like stock, bank robbery here versus there versus wherever. But you don't have to do them if you don't want to. You can come back and revisit them, etc. And the detective mode it's hard to explain for somebody that hasn't played any of the Arkham games, but many people have, and many people have seen it, I guarantee you. The detective mode used to be kind of a thing in the Arkham games where it was only contextually important. Only at certain times in the story did you really need detective mode. And even then, it was pretty much just all done for you. You look here, you hold A, and then it's all done for you. And then you just go and continue on your way. It appears as though in the coming Arkham Origins game that detective mode is a lot more intertwined with the story, and it's a lot more dynamic, and it's a lot more immersive. And I thought that was perfect because I like detective mode, but it didn't do anything. It was just kind of there. And it appears now as though they've expanded on it, as well as keeping many other things. And so I'm really, really excited for Arkham Origins. And it got me reading Batman comics and graphic novels.
Yeah, why don't you talk about that, nerd?
Why is it? Yeah, hell yeah, it's nerdy. And it's cool. Katie got me some graphic novels. Thank you.
I did, no
Katie.
problem.
I think she got the better end of the deal. She got a watch and no numbers.
No, see, that's the no. See, she thought she was like, I got a fucking watch. I got this jag awesome comic
Bitch,
books,
I got
whatever.
the numbers in a bag
and then
over here.
Right, and then she gets home. I'm like, bitch, ain't no numbers on that. She's like, no. And I'm fanning myself with the comic books. No, what were they?
You watch, it's gonna bite you in the ass. She's gonna be late to the airport on the next visit.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, I thought it was 5, but
It's like
apparently
you're
that
3
hand
hours
is
late.
hovering
Like,
over there.
oh yeah, I put it on upside down. My bad. Didn't even realize. No, I got. What was it? It was it's two graphic novels, not the big ones. One of the big one everybody said was The Killing Joke, and I've seen that, and I wanted to get it. I like kind of the more vanilla but modernized animations of Batman, not the more cartoony like blue boots with gray tights. It's darker and gosh, what was this one? It was The Story of Gotham or something like that. It has to do with Gotham City being created, et cetera, et cetera. And the other one was
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight, something
To do with it. I don't remember exactly.
What was it called? I forget what it was called. But yeah, so I've got two graphic novels, not the big ones, everybody, not Year One or Earth One or anything like that.
Where'd you get them at?
Comic book store, Graham Crackers Comics. It's a chain around this area. I don't know if it's a national chain, but yeah, it's called Graham Crackers Comics. I used to go there back in the day. I bought some X-Men comics when I was a little guy. But I also bought Robotech RPG books there. Graham Cracker Comics back in the day. Robotech RPG. For anybody that remembers Robotech RPG, in after-school programs, you bring out your dice, you get your Robotech books out, play some goddamn Robotech. All up in that shit. Dude, it was awesome. They are planet-sized mechs. The Zentradi, fucking Zentradi all up in this shit, dude. Don't even come at me.
I would have respected you more if you said D&D.
Why, dude? Fucking Robotech's got robots and stuff. You play rips. You can play as like a juicer. Ah, you
You can play as a juicer. Really? Was that your selling point to me
you're
right there?
uncouth. You uncouth plebeian. Away with you.
Yo, my attack is people throw.
All right, tell me what you
vegetables at
liked
me,
about.
and
Tell
I
me
say,
what. Shut up. Tell me.
I shoot juice at them.
No. They were clearly talking about doing steroids. There were different classes of juicer that you could be. You could be a regular guy. You could be a Titan juicer where you had immense strength, but you were really slow, et cetera, et cetera. Or you could be the ultimate juicer. Your character didn't live very long, but you had your skin was hardened to the point that it could stop bullets, and you were incredibly strong and fast, but you didn't have a very long lifespan. Yeah.
Wow. There's no
Anyway.
putting that geek genie back in the bottle.
Yeah. Kiss my ass. So,
I played.
tell me what you liked. Tell me what you liked about E3.
Metal Gear Solid 5, Titanfall. I thought the Halo trailer was cool because everybody's like, "What's this cool new game?" That's like, "Was I Master Chief?"
Oh my God! Why was he wearing a hood for no reason?
Yeah, I don't think he got cold. I'm trying to think of some PS3. Oh, I don't care about. I'm with you. I don't care about Kingdom Hearts 3 because I never played a Kingdom Hearts game, but I understand everybody else did and they loved
Everybody
the shit out of
freaked
it.
out. They lost their minds. I was like, what?
That was before them announcing all their shit to beat Xbox, and right that alone.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh my God, Sony won E3. I'm like, really? Because of this?
And then it later came out. It's like it's on all the platforms, and like, oh, well, I couldn't think of ever playing Kingdom Hearts on anything but a PlayStation console. I'm like, does that really fucking matter? This day and age, really?
I don't know.
You played it on the PS2.
Yeah, I guess.
The Division game from Ubisoft looks super fucking cool,
Not on PC though.
which isn't right because it's an MMO. I don't think that's right. Which is the same thing for Destiny. They haven't confirmed PC yet, but more than likely it will happen. And I don't know how.
By the way,
I
let's
feel
take this
about
time.
that
Let
game.
us know your favorite games that you saw from
Yeah.
from E3 in the comments. You
Yes.
can also tweet us #TNWIC. But let us know in the comments, VOD people, all that stuff. Let us know. We'll start a discussion.
I don't know. I don't know how much I care about Destiny because it looks almost identical to Borderlands 2. The art style is pretty fucking similar, and just the gameplay itself looked a lot like
I thought I
Borderlands
didn't
2.
think
The
it
art
was.
style?
It's not cell shaded. What are you talking about?
I said similar.
But
It's
it's
got
not.
the cartoony look, but it's not cel
The
shaded.
the setting of like a modern postmodern or futuristic dystopia.
It just looked a lot.
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, because keep in mind,
Even
Borderlands
like the guns and stuff.
Borderlands was originally designed to be vanilla. Borderlands originally, the art style was supposed to. They were trying to make it look realistic, and then some guy just drew. Some guy was just fucking around. And he made it cell shaded, and people were like, "Oh my God, this is awesome!" And so they decided to go with that.
Yeah. I think Destiny disappointed a lot of people, to be honest with you, because everybody's like, Bungie, from the creators of Bungie, and everybody's hyped at the PS4 thing in February, like, oh my God, Destiny. And I really think it's in the back of everybody's mirror right now. Like, everybody's freaking out over, like, Titanfall, The Division, and a couple of other games. And I'm like, Destiny doesn't look that great. And I'm definitely not playing an MMO on the console. If I was ever to play an MMO, which I have,
Is the Division on PS4?
yeah, it's on.
PS4 is
and-
rumored to have KB
Xbox
mod support. Rumored.
That's cool, but I'm still not gonna get one just to play that game.
Yeah.
Like I still don't even think I'll be getting a next generation console right now because like there's no exclusives that are enough to sell me on a $400 or $500 console. Like I said, Dead Rising 3 and Halo, I can wait on those until the console doesn't cost an arm and a leg. And for PlayStation 4, there wasn't anything I saw that wasn't exclusive that I cared about.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I was at the point in YouTube where I could just be like, I'm buying both.
People were like tweeting like, I pre-ordered 2 Xboxes and 2 PlayStation 4s. Wow, that's cool. Which
That's
really
cool.
doesn't mean a lot because you can pre-order anything you want because you don't get charged until 2 days
Yeah.
before it comes out. So
But-
pre-order all the shit you want.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't know. If I get it, it's going to be a major purchase. But hey, like and favorite, and it won't be that major of a purchase. And everybody go to Chiz's channel and like and favorite his videos.
The new Infamous game looked cool. I haven't played Infamous 1 or 2, but it looked cool. I played Prototype, and I hear they're very similar. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Prism to close out the show because we're talking about E3. I have a huge problem with the Kinect issue.
I want to talk about something, though. I forgot to bring this up. I want to talk about something either at the very end or we can get it out of the way now.
Get it out of the way now. Let's see what we
Okay.
got.
So
What
I
do you
tweeted this last night. Achievement Hunter, a subsidiary of Rooster Teeth, as you know, Lefty has their own channel.
Oh, I saw you
Let's Play
tweeting about
channel.
this. Oh my god, I want
Yeah.
to know. Yes, tell me.
Yeah. I've never seen them do this before.
Mhm.
They're very respectable people. They goof off. They say what they want. So when they do Let's Builds, they just build something in Minecraft, and then they go shoot that as a Let's Play later, and they upload those because fuck it, and they're fun to listen to and just chill.
Mm-hmm.
They were having a discussion where Jeff and Gavin play a game on their drive to work called Connect the Hots, where they see a hot woman and they follow her. And not really like stalker follow, but they just follow that direction she's going until they find another hot one, and then they follow her and go in that way. You're going the
Okay.
pathway of the hots. I thought nothing of this when I heard them discussing this and whatnot. But I started, and then I saw someone else that works there tweet out, oh, I guess people didn't really like that. So then I went back and started reading through the comments, and holy fuck, there was a giant feminist war going on in the comment section. Like, this is so disrespectful. Oh my god, how could you subjugate women like that? It's so bad and whatnot. And there was so much drama and flack for that little story that they ended up taking the video down. It's gone now, and they released an apology on their site saying, hey, we try not to censor ourselves. We just say shit. Sometimes we say some bad shit or whatever, and we apologize formally for it. We don't agree with stalking people, which they don't, but they pointed out very specifically we don't agree with stalking people and whatnot. And I had the apology here and I lost it. But they came out and said that, and I just couldn't believe that they took a video down. It caught that much.
So what was exactly the problem? What did they do that was bad?
That they were objectifying women and then following them. That was
They
the
weren't.
problem.
They weren't following them for the purposes of doing it. They were following their direction, and then they would see another one and change direction.
Yeah, it was just a little game. And, that's
And was
all
the
it
game to see if they could get to work just by doing that?
No, it was just something they did on the way to work.
Okay.
Just, I don't know, really see the point of it, because they even said, sometimes he's like, that's why sometimes you see us come in at 8, and that's why sometimes you see us come in at 11. So I didn't see it didn't even occur to me that this would be an issue when I just went, oh, that's a funny game, ha ha ha. Because then they went on and told stories about how they stop in front of dudes and then just stop next to a dude who's walking, and then Gavin will freak out in the passenger seat and go, 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 go. And I thought it was silly. And people freaked the fuck out. I'm like, feminists are crazy at some of the shit they get
Were they
mad
saying
about.
lewd things about these women, or was it just?
No. It was just that
Okay.
they were hot. That's it. They said they were hot.
There are hot women.
Yeah, there are.
There's one on this show.
Where?
One of you are women?
Oh, stop it, Katie. You know who I'm talking about. But what? That's one thing I'll never get about this community is just the drive of everybody to always be upset about something, and to have it be the crime of this. How dare you? I remember the night that Woody on PKA made that rape joke.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
But it
It
wasn't
wasn't bad, but I mean the people that
right. The people that you're saying you said this and this means this, so that means you said rape is okay. What? Hold on. Wait a minute. It's just pussification of America has just been. Ugh.
They said, we're not the kind of people to stifle your conversations and your personal opinions going on in the comments. We're not going to say you can't say this, you can't say that, because people were bickering back and forth and saying things. So they're like, we just took the video down, and we'll try to watch what we say next time, but sorry this got taken out of hand.
No, that's stupid. Don't watch what you say. That's why people watch Rooster Teeth. Is because they don't watch what they say.
Yeah.
Because if
Which
they
is why-
tried to stop saying, things that were uncouth, then they wouldn't be. That's not their gig. That's not them. Whatever. Fuck those people and anybody that knows those people.
And if you look like those people, fuck you too.
Exactly. Okay, so wow, that was I didn't know what it was like. I thought maybe one of them had said something, that they had thought would fly under the radar, and everybody kind of was like, whoa, you know, what maybe the British guy would probably drop an N-bomb or something. Well, because that's just that word is a different connotation there. It's still wrong, but I mean they're not shy about using it. And then I thought that was like it. I was like, oh, okay, well, this should be interesting. But it's just women are hot.
Yeah, pretty stupid. I thought it was incredible.
It's not like the guy was like, yeah, I was raping this bitch.
He followed
Yeah,
her into an alley.
yeah, and
hit her
then
over the
with
head with a tire iron.
yeah, I
It was
aborted the
amazing.
baby with a Coke bottle. It was awesome, man.
All right, we've
Oh God.
It was okay. So Prism. Nobody ever gets to talk about tinfoil hat bullshit ever again. The NSA now, correct me if I'm wrong. It was the NSA. It was only disclosed or affirmed that the NSA grabbed the phone records, the aggregate phone records, not records of the conversations, not raw conversation files, but at this time, this number called this number for this long on this date, end call, and the NSA grabbed that from, I believe, thousands of Verizon wireless customers or Verizon telecommunications customers, grabbed those records or asked for them, and Verizon handed them over. And then it came out as a result of that all these large tech companies, Google, Microsoft, and a bunch of other telecommunications companies, Apple, Facebook, were readily handing over information on users.
Well, originally, I think I read today that originally that was the case, but they found out the most effective way of going through and getting all this information was just asking and getting a direct feed into all of these companies' databases.
So just looking going through.
They have direct feeds of everyone that goes on those sites or makes calls with those services. And how it works is Edward Snowden, the whistleblower that leaked out the PRISM stuff and other documents, it just grabs everything, email, photos. It just stores it. It doesn't do anything with it right now. It just stores everything. But if you happen to hit a keyword or a justification in the eyes of the NSA that you need to be looked into, then they can penalize you and start digging through everything that they have backlogged on you to bring it up at whatever conjunction is now, which is wrong.
Here, you know what? I'm going to get this show some free pub. You ready? Bomb Allah.
All right.
Free pub.
Now
There we go.
if you're going to look into us,
The NSA, do we get extra views? The NSA doesn't run ad block. Like in favorite. I don't think the NSA runs ad block.
in favorite for Allah.
So it's a huge story. There's many layers, and we're probably not as schooled on it as we should be, or as we could be if we want to talk about it more. But this is a very, very, very scary time. People have kind of known this. I think everybody's kind of known this. Everybody's joked about it.
There's so many people that were shocked when this came out. Like, I mean, I was walking by and it's like, oh my God, they're doing it. I'm like, yeah, Patriot Act, all these things. It's not new. You know, the PRISM thing is new, but I mean, it doesn't surprise me. But it shocked the shit out of a lot of people, and it's been the top news story.
And the worst
days.
part about it is not. I mean, of course, the NSA just completely Fourth Amendment. Fuck you. That's wow. That's the Tree of Liberty needs to be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants kind of shit. That's what that is. But what makes it even worse is these huge corporations, especially a corporation like Google, who when they were first starting out said we want to protect the privacy of our users, because when you start not doing that, that's when you start showing contempt for your users, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they just, NSA, you want the records? Here. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, it's not like they're listening to you real time, et cetera, et cetera. You don't think they have that capability? Because for a while you didn't think that they were listening at all. Now you find out that they've got your phone records. Let's say phone.
I don't think you know this, but this was interesting. This came out the other day, I think.
Mm-hmm.
This dude he came out and said, he's like, because the U.S. said this guy has endangered the United States. He's a tyrant, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and they asked him like, well, did you do this for personal gain or whatever? And he's like, I had the contacts for everyone that worked at the NSA, the CIA. I had the people that are in overseas in other countries that are undocumented and in those countries and whatnot. I had an entire list of those people. If we have open door policies, much like Russia, so if we can, if they want information, I can sell it to them and whatnot. If this was for financial gain, I would have done it. This was just for the privacy issue, and I don't want to live in that kind of country and whatnot. And he said, it's funny because he's in Hong Kong, which is more lefty, I want to say, part of China. It's not like Beijing.
It's more, it's a liberal.
They don't
part
have the
of China.
giant firewall and all that kind of shit. They have freedom of speech. That's why he's there. And he came out and said, he's like, yeah, the United States has hacked China like 21,000 times or some shit like that. And not individual things, but the big routers that go out to hundreds of thousands of people or whatever. The United States has done that. He told them that. I mean, the shit this guy knows, maybe a month till he dies.
But it's not. It's the complete disregard, the complete and utter, not even going for a warrant, not even, and even what judge would it like? I'm struggling to think. It might even be worse if they had a warrant to get all these records. It might even be worse if the NSA just said, we want these phone records because maybe there's a terrorist there, and they went to a judge, a federal magistrate, who said, okay, sign the paper, here's your warrant, go get the... That might even be worse because, well, they can't listen to real time. Number one, you don't think they can listen to real time if they really want to?
Yeah, they can.
Of course they can. Of course. Come on. Just like the people that say, oh, the Kinect, Microsoft won't even be able to monitor you real time with the Kinect. You really think that? You really think that they won't be able to monitor? Because the Kinect does have to send data real time to other people if you're using Skype and all that stuff. It does. You don't think they can monitor that? And also, here's the scary part. They know, let's say, that you called your girlfriend. They know you at last week, Monday, you called your girlfriend and you talked for an hour and a half. And then you hung up. And then immediately you called Planned Parenthood and talked for 35 minutes and then hung up. Now, they weren't listening real time to what you were doing. They didn't hear anything that you said. But what might somebody be able to tell from just those facts? They could be just completely, they could be, completely unrelated, but what's the chance there? Maybe your girlfriend told you she was knocked up. You got to call Planned Parenthood to get an abortion? Maybe? Well, they didn't listen real time. They weren't paying attention real time. And people are okay with this? This is okay? This is in any way acceptable? No, it shouldn't be. And I feel, and talking about, tie this back into video games, talking about the Kinect. People say, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. What's your problem with not buying it? Just don't buy it and shut up. Well, it's bigger than that. It's a lot bigger than that because I'm trying to protect, I think it's partly my duty, partly the duty of other people to protect those that are either willfully ignorant or just ignorant because, and protect them from themselves. Yes, you do have the right to this privacy, but just because you don't make use of it doesn't mean it's fair game for the government to take away. Because what if one day you do have something to hide? What if one day you do have something to hide from the NSA? You smoked pot once at a party. You did coke, and you were scared, and you wanted to call, or you started using heroin, and it was a needle somebody else had used, and you didn't know. So you called your buddy, the heroin dealer. You said, who else did you see using that needle at the party? So then you call your HMO and you get an AIDS test. You get an HIV test because you'd make sure you don't want to get HIV. You don't have anything to hide from the NSA, do you? How many people try to get Call of Duty early from stores and they don't know who got it? Because Microsoft says if you get a copy early, you can play the games early on our servers, no big deal. But if you stole the copy, if you're playing a stolen copy, we will shut down your Xbox. Well, a lot of people that buy games early don't know where they come from. What if you get a copy early of Call of Duty and you're playing that and Microsoft decides, well, you're playing it early and that's okay, but we think the serial, the SKU number associated with that disc you're using, well, that was supposed to be in a shipment that got stolen from a warehouse a couple of weeks ago. Now your Xbox is off. You didn't know, but you did know that you found out harshly that you had something to hide from Microsoft. And so, yes, you do need to have some amount of privacy. And the fact that so many people are willing to give it up so readily is just absolutely frightening to me and saddening. Katie, your thoughts?
No comment.
What do you mean, no comment?
Wow,
On-
Ralph Nader.
On that, of course, I think that, people have right to their privacy, and I think it's absolutely absurd that a lot of people are just okay with it. Like, I've thought about it at first, and I was just like, well, I don't really think that there's a big deal. But then I actually thought about it even more, and I was like, but that's really bad. Like, I don't want someone that I don't know knowing my crap. Not that I have anything to hide, but I don't know
Who
them.
you talk to, when you talk to them, how you talk to them.
Exactly.
And then if
None
you
of their
say
business.
something maybe they don't like, or they talk to somebody that you don't know but they don't like, then all of a sudden they're actually reading what you have to say.
Exactly.
Chiz, your thoughts as we wrap it up. We got 5 minutes left in the show.
Yes.
Oh, come on. You got more than that.
I
Speak.
said my piece. I totally don't agree with it.
Okay. Just making sure. You can
You're
go back to
entitled
making your little nose
privacy.
things.
What's the point? It's funny. People get up in arms when you threaten the First Amendment, freedom of speech, blah, blah, blah. Up in arms, blowing shit up over the Second Amendment. But the other ones...
Only
it's
the
like,
South, though.
Yeah, but the other ones, it's like, oh, there's more? Like, can anyone name the Third Amendment? Oh, the fourth one? Yeah, I know. Yeah, that one. Oh, the fifth one, I remember that one because I was going by the Second Amendment, so they had to read me the fifth one. I know that one.
Uh-huh.
The fourth one, it's like, oh, you want to fuck me over on that one? Pfft, it's okay, no big deal. It's just fucking bullshit. Go watch.
And it's all
Person of
going away.
Interest. Go watch Person of Interest. You would like it.
Okay.
That's all it is that.
Yeah. But it's... I don't know, it's all going away, and people couldn't... I guess that's the worst part, is that it's going away, and people couldn't seem to be happier about it going away. Like, something is actually... Like, yeah! We're safe now. Like, but the liberties are more important than your safety, than my safety. More important.
It's funny, I think Bill O'Reilly was like, this really didn't work with the whole Boston bombing thing. And then a bunch of other people went on to list off recent tragedies that have happened, the Newtown shooting, all those things. Like, so is this thing really helping us? The invading everyone's civil liberties, all that. Is this really worth? How many things have you stopped? And it's like, yeah, we've stopped a couple. Maybe. We don't know.
Maybe.
Like the guy
You've
who locked
entrapped people.
The guy who brought the car bomb to, like, Madison Square Garden or whatever and locked his keys inside
Right, the guy
car.
who was in... That guy, the guy who did it in Chicago, who was entrapped by the FBI, who gave him the explosives. Here you go, do something with this. Oh, I made a bomb. Ha, arrested.
It's like, yeah, you caught all the stupid people. Good job.
That's your job. It's not my job to help you, FBI, CIA, by giving up my rights. No, your job is to work around that, is to work within those confines to make people as safe as possible. Yes, I know I can go somewhere and get blown up. I know I can. That is how our legal system, how our system of laws, our rule of law is set up. Bad guys can abuse those liberties to do bad things sometimes. That's okay. Our judicial system is set up such that it's okay if 10 guilty men go free, so long as not one single innocent man goes to jail. That's the way it works. It's not designed to work every time. It's not designed to keep everybody safe. It's designed to preserve the liberties. That's what it's designed to do. But I need to be safe. Me and my Tucker.
See,
We're going on a plane.
I don't think a lot of people see it as being bad. I just think they see it as being a feudal situation, so they really can't do anything about it.
Especially if they have flamethrowers.
Well, we don't have
Go
them. The
fire
Army
on the
has
person
them.
over there.
I'd say we're fucked if we have to go up against the Army, wouldn't you?
They have flamethrowers.
They do have flamethrowers. Gee, I really wish I'd set those people on fire over there.
Over there. If only I could throw flame onto them.
Well, he thought it would end there, but he mentioned it to his buddy, his friend who was good with tools. He came back a month later and said, hey, quite a concept. Then the army came up and said, we'd like to buy about 500,000 of them, please. Yes, give us 500,000 and paint them all dark brown.
Did anybody want to see them?
All right, anyway, we're going to step out of here. That's Not Why You Called, episode 7. It was a great show. Chiz has got his new microphone. He's all excited about it, so you should like for his microphone because he's all excited. That's going to be his new thing, and it's already just so annoying that he does it when people are talking about things and he distracts from the show.
Rude.
But anyway, we thank you guys for joining. All of our respective links are in the description. You can follow all of us on Twitter. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe. Like and favorite the stream. It does help us out. Like and favorite all our videos so we can buy next-gen consoles. Anyway, thank you guys for joining. We hope you enjoyed. We are out. See you next Thursday. That's Not Why You Called. 7 p.m. Central Standard / Daylight Time. Every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Right here. You got That's Not Why You Called. Thank you guys for joining. We hope you enjoyed. We are out. Peace.